So at the time of the talkies, or right after the time the talkies were introduced, the United States faced what's called the Great Depression. Um, the economy collapsed, unemployment was very high, um, many people went hungry, didn't have jobs, banks went out of business, companies went out of business. It was the worst economy our country has ever confronted. A new president was elected, I believe 1930, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, with a lot of energy and a lot of new ideas. And he came in and he started to turn things around. At the end of the 1930s, uh, into the early 40s is when our nation entered what's called World War II, fighting Nazi Germany and Japan. Our allies were primarily Great Britain and Russia. Italy was also arrayed against us with the Nazis and the Japanese, but the most powerful forces by far were the Germans and the Japanese. So during the 30s, when times were tight and people didn't have money, I mean, let's face it, going to the movies does not seem as important as having something to eat or paying your rent or having a place to live. But again, the government, federal government, came in with jobs, with relief for people, with benefits supplied by the government, so things did start to pick up. And movies, I think, decided as much of anything to really be a place for people to escape and forget about their troubles. And so you saw new genres being launched. Musicals. We're going to look at a scene from a musical in a minute. Comedies like Bringing Up Babies, zany comedies starring Cary Grant, who we looked at before, and Katharine Hepburn in a zany, and actually it is still very funny, comedy with the man and the woman kind of developing a romance, talking over each other, fast-moving action, and if you see it now, I think you'll find a lot to like in it. Also, when people went to the movie theater for their 50 cents or quarter or whatever it cost in those days, they didn't just see one film. They saw a double feature, saw one with the big stars, an A movie, and then a B movie, less expensive to produce, less expensive stars. And maybe they'd even see an animated, short animated film as well. So they were in there for 3-4 hours. So again, it's a way to escape. You're in the dark movie theater, and new life, new possibilities to take you away open up in front of you. Movies move us. Speaking of genres, this is stepping forward a few decades, but just looking up some of the genres identified by Netflix, and Netflix is very good at genres. Here are some that they've got. Okay, probably makes sense, right? And now back to the 30s. I'm going to stop now, and we're going to go to YouTube. And by the way, this lecture, I'm only going to do a little bit more of it for this first week on movies, and the rest of the lecture will continue in another week, in next week, and I will post it there. Just letting you know that now, because I know this is going on awfully long. So hold on, and we'll look at Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Fred Astaire, the best dancer in film ever. He's brilliant. I mean, top ballet dancers, Rudolf Nureyev, Mikhail Baryshnikov, top male ballet dancers. I think Fred Astaire is absolutely brilliant and just about perfect. Also one of the best dressed men ever in film. And along with his partner Ginger Rogers, who is absolutely wonderful as well.